right, perfect. So another one is joining in. Let's just wait for, again, if you have your English names, please change it to your English names. Okay, so that it'll be better. I mean, it'll be easier for me to tell you. Okay, give me a moment. Okay, perfect. So, is this small? Please turn on your camera. Okay. So once again, good evening. Nice to see you again today. I'm really sorry I wasn't present last Tuesday because there's a problem with our electricity in the whole city. So I wasn't able to attend the class. But yeah, now I'm here. Everything is okay. Everything is perfect. But can you hear me well? You can hear me?
Yes.
Okay, thank you so much. So let's start. I want to ask each of you, how are you? And tell me what happened today or share something about anything. Okay. So let's start with Jenny. How are you, Jenny? Why did you turn off your camera?
Yes, I'm good. I
Yeah, can you tell me what did you do today?
Today I go to the company to work all day.
Oh, you just work all day.
Yes.
How many hours do you work in a day? How many hours? Like 8 hours shift?
About 9 hours.
9?
Yes.
Wow. I mean, normally it's 8 hours, but for you, you're working 9 hours. Wow, that's really long. Anyway, thank you so much, Jenny. Now let's have Sarah. Sarah, how are you?
I'm great.
Can you tell us what did you do today?
I go to school and study.
What is that? Went to school and
Study.
study. So that's all the things that you did today.
Yes.
Okay, thank you so much. So once again, I'm asking you, what did you do? The word is did. That means we're going to be talking about something that happened in the past. So be careful when you answer the question. So both of you, you said, I go to work, I go to school. But in fact, it's going to be, I went to school, right? I mean, very small detail that if you know how to use, it'll make you a better English speaker, okay? Because that's really important. Surya's here. Okay, now let's have May. Hello, May. How are you?
I'm good.
You're great. Okay, so tell me, what did you do last weekend?
Today I went to school to take math and English exam.
Okay, so that's what you did today. What about last Saturday and Sunday on the weekends? What did you do?
I'm
Okay, wait, let me type my question. Maybe you can see. What did you do last weekend? You see it?
I went to go out with friends.
Okay, so you go out with your friends.
Yes.
Okay, that's really nice. What about Tweet? How are you? How are you, Tweet?
I'm great.
Doing great. Tell me, what did you do today?
I'm going to school.
I went to school. Be careful, okay? So we have Suri. Hello, Suri. How are you?
Hello, teacher. I'm good. What about you?
Okay. Are you asking me?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Out of all you, out of everyone in here, Suri asked me, how am I? I'm doing great. I just had my dinner. It was a big dinner. I ate a lot. And yeah, I just slept before this class. So yeah, everything is well. But what about you? What did you do today?
Today I went to go to work in the company, and I go home, clean my house, and have dinner.
Mhm. Wow. Seems like
Mm.
every one of you is busy,
Mm.
but it's really great that you know, or you're trying to tell us, or you now know how to tell everyone what you did and how are you. Okay, so those are basic questions that if you know how to answer, it'll make you a good speaker. All right, but since there are only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of you today, do we have any homework? Do we have a homework? Yes or no? Okay, but I think you're not aware. But anyway, today we're going to be talking about free time. Okay, that's why I'm asking you, what did you do today? So it's not just about telling us what made you busy, but also telling us what did you do during your free time. Okay, or what do you like to do during your free time? Okay, so let's just take a look at this one. Right, tell me if you can see my screen. Before that, can you tell me what is our topic last week? If you remember, what did we talk about last week? Anyone? Do you remember? What did we talk about last week? Hello, are you here? Anyone? Hey. Do you remember? What about you, Sarah? Do you remember what's our topic last week?
Family.
Family, right? So what did we talk about family last week? What did you learn?
Talk about my family.
Okay, so last week we talked about family tree. How are you going to describe a family member, right? Do you remember? So we also learned how to use personality adjectives. So personality adjectives talks about the character of the person, not the physical feature, okay? So personality adjective is about a person's character. Is your father kind, generous, trustworthy, loud, funny? Okay, something that talks about the character, and that's what we talked about last week. For now, we're going to be talking about free time. We're done with the topic family, but before we go in here, do you have any questions about our topic last week about family? Any questions? Anyone? No? Okay. Nobody's answering, so I'll take that as a no. Perfect. Anyway, can you see my screen?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So again, I told you that we are going to be talking about free time. Okay. That's just a test. Now, I'm going to ask some of you. Raise your hand if you want to share your answer, but if no one will raise their hand, I'm going to call someone. So what do you like to do in your free time? What do you like to do in your free time? Anyone? What about you, Jenny? Let's start with you.
Time I like watching movie because it made me feel relaxed after a long day.
Exactly, right? So you want to watch movie because you feel relaxed after a tiring long day, right? So what movies do you like to watch?
Now I am watching the gallery film.
Is that an English movie or a Vietnamese movie or a series?
Gallery.
What
It's
is it?
the it's name the gallery.
Mhm.
GLORI. Why? It's
Glory.
the
Oh, the Korean drama.
yes.
Oh, yeah, that one is trending. A lot of people are watching that now, right? That's nice. I'm not sure if you're going to be relaxed watching that series because that's not a fun thing to watch. It's a heavy drama, right? But yeah, thank you so much for sharing. What about the others? What about you, May? What do you like to do in your free time?
Yes, I like to texting with friends because I can share my story with them.
Okay, so you like texting. Did you say texting?
Yes.
Okay. Wow, I'm not sure if we are using the word text most of the time. Probably right now we're using the word chat, right? Chatting. I like chatting with friends.
Yes.
Thank you so much, May. Now let's have Twee. Twee, what do you like to do in your free time?
I like reading a book.
Like reading a book. What kind of books do you like to read? Is it like a book from your school? Or is it a storybook? Do you know what kind of books? I'm going to type my question. What kind of books do you like to read? Exactly.
I often read Harry Potter.
What is it?
I often read Harry Potter.
Harry Potter.
Yes.
Okay, so you're into magic and sci-fi. That's really nice. Thank you so much, Twee. Now let's have Sarah. So what do you like to do in your free time?
I like sleeping.
Sleeping.
Yes.
So you're just like me. I like to sleep in my free time. But what about you? Why do you like to sleep in your free time, Sarah?
Because it helps me to relax after study.
So you can say it makes me feel relaxed after studying. Okay, but yeah, as for me, sleeping is like it's my escape from the world. I want to sleep longer because when I wake up, I need to do a lot of things. Okay, now let's have you, Zuri. Tell us, what do you like to do in your free time?
I like sleeping too. The same, Sarah,
Okay, why? Why sleeping?
because on the quick, get up early, go to work. If
Good
you, if I want to sleep, you get up late.
Okay, so it made you feel energized, right? So again, free time. We're talking about something that you do in your free time. Okay, so if sleeping is something that you do, then that's also great. Reading a book, watching a movie, but there are also a lot of things that you can do, or a lot of activities that you can do during your free time. And today, for today's lesson, we are going to be talking about how should we structure our answer when we were asked about that question. What do you like to do in your free time? So it's not enough that we just say, oh, I like to sleep, or I like sleeping, or I like reading book. Okay, so you'll be taking the IELTS test. It needs to be structured and there should be a thought. And later on, we will, or I will show you how should we do it. Okay, so now let's have this one. Let's try to take a look at this activity. So look at the pictures that we have in here and tell me what activity are they doing in the particular picture? So let's have letter A. What do you think is letter A? Look at the words that we have here and tell me what is it. Letter A, what do you think is that? Anyone? You can choose from the box. Mhm. So let's have letter A. What is letter A? Anyone? Anyone? What's letter A? Do you see my screen?
Online.
Okay, who's that, Sarah? What's your
I
answer?
think, I think it's chatting online.
Chatting online. Okay, what made you say that letter A is chatting online? Why? Why do you think letter A is chatting online, Sarah?
Because I see that she is very happy. That I think she chatting with her friends and she is using her computer.
Okay, so what about you, Sarah? When you chat online with your friends, do you also feel happy like her?
Yes.
Yes, most of the time, right? Mhm. So that is chatting online. Perfect. What about letter B? What's letter B? Anyone? What about you, May? What do you think is letter B?
I think she's reading magazines.
Okay, so let's repeat the word magazines.
Yes, magazine.
Yeah, okay. So reading magazines. I'm not sure if some of you, especially like the younger ones, if you were able to read a magazine before, but yeah, that exists way back before computers and social media are a trend. Okay, so that's correct. What about letter C? What's letter C? Tweet.
Shopping.
Jogging. Do you jog, Twee?
Yes.
Yes. When do you jog? Morning, evening, afternoon?
I often go shopping morning.
Okay, so you can say, I often jog every morning. That's the right way to say it. I often jog every morning. Okay, perfect. Now let's have you, Jenny. What do you think is letter D?
Going shopping.
Probably. And I think you mentioned this before. You like to go shopping, Jenny, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
When was the last time that you go shopping?
The last time I went shopping is on the Sunday.
Last Sunday.
Last Sunday. Yes.
Okay, that's really nice. Wow. Okay, thank you so much. So these are some of the activities that you usually do during a retreat. Okay, something that is fun or something that makes you happy, something that makes you feel relaxed. Okay, or probably something that you don't really do on a daily basis. Like, for example, if you're working, this is something that you do outside of work. Okay, so let's try to go to the next page. Now, okay, so let's try to complete these sentences using the words that we have in here. So from which words in the box do you think we can use the words going, doing, playing, and watching? So let's have you, Suri. Let's have the word doing. Oh, who's
Doing
writing?
exercise.
Who's writing the word?
I think doing exercise.
It's not me. Anyway, so the word doing. Look at the box. Which do you think should we use this word for? If we are going to create a sentence. Yes, Suri?
Oh,
Exercise. Mhm. So let's try to create a sentence using the word exercise in doing.
Doing
do
exercise.
do exercise.
Doing exercise.
Well, as you can see, what do you notice in here? Doing, going, playing, watching. What is the tense of the verb? Anyone? What's the tense of the verb?
Present continuous.
Okay. So Sarah is correct. Doing, going, playing, watching. Okay. Present continuous. So that's correct. Exercise, doing, but how are we going to create a sentence out of it? So we can say, I like doing exercise every morning. Right? I like doing exercise every morning. Thank you so much, Suri. Now let's have the word going. Which word do you think shall we use the word going? Out of all the words that we have in the box? Yes, Jenny?
Going to the gym.
Going to the gym. Can you create a sentence using the word going and to the gym?
I'm going to the gym every evening.
Okay. Or probably you say, I'm going to the gym every evening. I'm going to the gym. Yeah, okay. That's not correct. What else? Aside from going to the gym, what else shall we use the word going to or going for?
Going.
Anyone? What about you, May? What do you think?
I think going for walks.
Okay, that's correct. Going for walks. That's correct. Can you create a sentence, May? Going and then for walks. Can you do it, May? I like, probably we can say I like going. Okay, can you do it, May?
No.
We can say, for example, I like going for long walks after a tiring day, right? Now let's have the word playing. Let's have you tweet. Which word shall we use the word playing?
Football and tennis.
Football and tennis, that's perfect. And what about watching? Of course, we have TV, right? Or a DVD. So that's great. Now, oops. Okay, so this is a question that we answered earlier. Now again, whenever we're asking this or whenever we are answering this question, we can often say, I like, or also include what you don't like. Okay, just like the example that we have in here. I like playing football because it's so fun to play. I don't like hiking because it makes me tired. Okay, so that's one way for you to answer what do you like to do in your free time. But if we're going to answer in a structured way, there are several information that we need to include. Okay, especially if something that we do in our free time is like a part of our hobby or some sort of our hobby, right? So there's a way for us to say it, but we'll talk about that later on. So now let's try to take a look at this one. So we're going to be listening to the speaker, listen to the three people answering the question, what do you like to do in your free time? And let's try to find out what each of these speakers like to do, okay? I'm going to stop sharing my screen and reshare with computer sound. Moment, please. And yeah, stop. Okay, so let's have this one.
Track 8.
Can you hear it? Yes.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
1.
I love using the internet. My brother is at university in England, so I really like chatting online with him. He's very funny. I enjoy playing computer games with my friends. My computer is very important to me.
2.
I study long hours every day, so I don't have much free time. I prefer doing nothing to doing exercise. I don't like going to the gym. It's boring. I enjoy relaxing and reading magazines.
3. It depends. Sometimes I like doing exercise. Sometimes I like going for walks. My favourite thing is going shopping at the weekends. It's relaxing and good fun.
Okay, that's it. So now it's your turn, everyone. Speaker 1 says he likes to do what? Anyone? So the answer is in there, using the internet. What else? Playing computer games, right? Okay, let's have speaker 2, the woman. Okay, so what did you like to do? Anyone? Yes, May?
Yes, she like doing nothing.
She likes doing nothing. Or she said, I prefer doing nothing, right? But she also, what else? She also,
Reading magazines.
okay, that's perfect, man. Thank you so much. So she said, I prefer doing nothing, but I also like reading magazines. Okay, so when we use the word prefer, we are also talking about some things that we like. Okay, prefer. Now let's have speaker 3. Let's have Sarah.
Going walks and shopping.
Okay, going for walks or going shopping. So if you were to choose Sarah, which one would you like to do? Going for walks or going shopping?
Going shopping.
Why going shopping?
I can buy new clothes and new shoes when I go shopping.
Definitely, right? I also like to go shopping, but I also need to have money to go shopping. So we need to work. Okay, so is this clear with you? So these are some ways in how you can say the things that you like to do or the things that you prefer to do, instead of just saying, I like reading books in my free time. Okay, that's the simple way to say it. There's nothing wrong with it. But if we are going to answer in a detailed manner, there are some information that we can include, just like what our speakers did, especially speaker 2. She said, I prefer doing nothing, right? But if she has more free time, she likes to read magazines and other things. Okay, now let's try to have this one. No, we're not going to be doing this activity because that's the same thing that we did before, but I want you to focus on this one. Okay, so when we are describing something that we really like to do, most people, they often say, I very like I very like chocolate cake, or I very like reading magazine, I very like going to the cinema. But that's not the right way to say it. So we use the word very when we are talking about, or when we are emphasizing how much we like something. Okay, we really like that. Okay, but when we're going to use the word very, we cannot use very plus the verb. Okay, like we have the word very, the next word would be a verb. That is grammatically incorrect. Okay, so instead of saying, I very like going to the cinema, what do you think is the right way to say this sentence? Let's rearrange this. How are we going to rearrange the sentence? I very like going to the cinema. Yes, Jenny.
I really like going to the cinema.
So we can say, I really like going to the cinema, but what if we need the word very in that sentence? Yes, the very must be present in that sentence. But that's also correct. I really like going to the cinema, right? What about the others? What do you think? I very like going to the cinema. Let's try to rearrange this for it to be correct, but the very or the word very must be present. Anyone who'd like to give it a try? What about you, Sarah? What do you think?
I don't know. I don't know.
She said she don't know. Okay. Thank you for your honesty. What about the others? Okay. Wait, let me just write the best possible answer for this. Okay. So instead of saying I very like going to the cinema, we could say I like going to the cinema very much. Okay. So as you can see, the word very is very far. It's far from the word or from the verb itself. Okay. So this is one word, or this is one way for us to say it. Whenever we use the word very, do not put very plus verb. Okay, that is grammatically incorrect. Is that clear, everyone?
Yes.
Is that clear? Okay, thank you. Oops, wait, let me just erase this. Okay, now let's try to have this one. So read the rule. We're going to be talking about the present simple. Okay, read the rule and look at the table. Use information to choose the correct answer from A to B. So use present simple to make general statements about your life. General statements. Now, let's try to look at the table that we have in here. So if we're going to use the word I, you, we, you, they, look, there is no S, right? We only put letter S, or we only change the verb into its singular form if we are using he, she, it. He likes. Negative is he doesn't like. So if we're going to use I, we're going to say I likes. If we're going to use you, we're going to say we cannot say you likes. Or if we're going to use we, you, they, we're going to we are not going to use we likes. Okay, we only add S when we're talking about he, she, it. Why do we need to add S? So that is what we call the subject and verb agreement, right? Wherein we add letter S for the singular, or if we're talking about a singular noun. Okay, we're going to talk, if we are talking about plural things or plural nouns, we're going to use the word like. Do you know this? Is this clear with you, everybody? Do you understand? What about the others? Do you understand? Do you have questions about this? Everyone? Hey, Suri, Jenny, May. Twee, do you have questions? No? No? Okay, I think not. Now, let's try to have this activity. Okay? Let's take a look back. If it's positive, we're just going to use the verb as it is. If it's a negative sentence, we're going to put the word don't or doesn't. Okay, again, we only use the word doesn't or singular verb if we are talking about singular nouns. We're talking about plural things, we're going to use plural verbs. Okay, so let's try to take a look at this one. Let's have May. Can you read number 1 and tell me what's the right answer for that question?
Yes. Does your best friend play tennis? No, he doesn't play tennis, but he likes playing computer games.
Okay.
No,
Mhm.
he is no, he not play tennis, but he likes playing computer games.
What is your answer, May? A or B? It's letter A. Okay, so that's my answer. So he doesn't play tennis, but he likes playing computer games. Okay, what do you notice? Singular doesn't, singular likes. Okay, because he's the only one. Let's have Suri for number 2.
Yes, I like watch DVDs at weekends, but I don't like watching TV.
What's your answer?
Um, B.
B.
Yeah.
Right? The right answer is B. Yes, I like watching DVDs at the weekend, but I don't like watching TV. Okay, thank you, Suri. Let's have Jenny at number 3.
Tell me about something you like doing. I like going to the museums. It's very relaxing. Number B.
Okay, I like going to museum. It's very relaxing. Not I like and go to museums. Okay, that's correct. Let's have number 4, Tweet.
Do you do any exercise? Yes, I go into the gym every morning at 6 a.m.
Okay, what's your answer? A or B?
B.
B. Is that correct? Yes, I go into the gym every morning at 6 a.m. Is that correct? So the right answer for number 4 is letter
A.
A, right? It's letter A. Do you do any exercise? Yes, I go to the gym every morning. So we're going to take a look at this one. Oh, okay, wait. So look at this one. If we're going to use the word like, or I mean, we're talking about ourselves. So we cannot put it in its present continuous. So instead of saying I going, we just use the verb as it is. I go, I like, I swim. Okay, I go to the gym every morning at 6 a.m. Thank you so much, Tween. Now let's have number 5, Sarah.
It depends. Sometimes I read the newspapers on Saturdays. A.
Okay, it depends. Sometimes I read the newspapers on Saturday. Okay, that's great. Now, now let's try to take a look at this one. Watch out. We're going to use on if we're talking about a particular day, a specific day. I like to go on dates on Saturdays. Specific day. At, we're talking about a specific time. A specific time. What time do you wake up? I wake up at 6 a.m. I wake up at 7 a.m. Okay. We're also going to use at. We're talking about the weekends. So what did you do at the weekend? Or I like swimming at the weekend. Okay. So use every to say how often you do something. Every morning, every day, every night, every Tuesday. Okay, is this clear? So the usage of the right prepositions is very important. Okay, do you have questions about this? Questions? Anyone?
No.
None? What about the others? Questions? None? Okay, I'll take that as a no. Oops. Okay, so I'm going to stop sharing my screen. And once again, I'm going to ask you, do you have questions about our lesson today? None? None. Are you sure? All right, Now,
Yes.
let's have this one. Since I told you, we are gonna restructure. How are you going to answer the question, what do you like to do in your free time? So here are the things that you should mention. Okay, so you should mention, I'm gonna type it in the, we should mention. Give me a moment. Okay, so you should mention what. I'm typing what is the activity that you like to do. You should mention what is the activity that you like to do. Why do you like, or what makes it interesting? What makes it interesting? And how often do you do that activity? Okay, look at the chat box. So when you are asked, what do you like to do in your free time? You are not just answering that question alone. Okay, so you should include specific details or data. So by answering that question, you should also answer, what is the activity that you like to do in your free time? What makes it interesting, or why do you like doing it? And you should also tell us, how often do you do that activity? Okay. So each of you, you have answered, what do you like to do in your free time? Now I'm going to give you 5 minutes. I'm going to give you 5 minutes to reconstruct your answer and answer the following questions in here. Okay, so the main question is, what do you like to do in your free time? That's the main question. But you should also mention, what is the activity that you like, what makes it interesting, and how often do you do that activity? Do you see my chat in the chat box, everybody? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes, perfect. Now, no, 5 minutes is long. I'm gonna give you 3 minutes to answer this. Okay, wait, I'm gonna put my timer in my phone. So let's have 3 minutes. So why are we doing this? Why am I giving you a time to answer this question? Because this is the same thing that you will be doing if you will be taking an IELTS test. Okay, you will be given a time to answer, or to just write your notes, and then you need to deliver it during the interview. Okay, so 3 minutes starts now. Oh, you can't see my phone. And each of you needs to present it today. You will be presenting it today. One more minute. Time is up. So, all right. Again, the question is, what do you like to do in your free time? And you should mention what is the activity that you like to do. What makes it interesting, not why. What makes it interesting and how often do you do that activity? Okay, so let's start with, okay. I'm just gonna, let's start with May. May. This is May.
Okay, I like listening to music. In my free time, I like listening to music in my free time because it makes me relax. I usually do it 3 or 4 times a day.
Okay, so let's try to check. If the main points are answered, what is the activity that you like to do? It's listening to music. Now, what makes it interesting? Because it makes you feel relaxed. And how often do you do that activity? 3 to 4 times a day. But if we're going to be very specific, what time do you usually listen to music? Like, what time do you usually listen to music? Do you have a specific time, May?
I don't get it.
Okay. You see it in the chat box? I mean, do you have a specific time or it's just a feeling? Like, do you listen to music when you're sad, when you're happy?
Sorry, Mr. Aaron, may I go out?
Oh, okay. Okay, man. Okay, thank you so much for answering that. Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, you can go out now. Now let's have Suri. Your turn.
My child very nice.
Oh, it's okay.
Yeah, sorry, teacher.
What? What did you say, Suri?
My child is not very nice.
Your child is noisy?
Yes.
Oh, I mean, I don't hear the child. It's okay. Yeah, just share your answer. That's okay.
I usually clean my house on every weekends because on first cannot clean my house. Because I want to relax.
Want to relax? Okay. So again, what's the activity that you like to do? Can you repeat it?
I like go in shopping and roll in Sapa.
Okay, you like going shopping and
Go into spa.
what? What is that? Can you type it? Is that a name of
Yeah, yes.
a shop? Okay, what are we typing there? Oh, spa. Spa. Ah, okay. Great. Mhm. So, one thing that I noticed with you, Siri, is the pronunciation of letter S. You do not pronounce letter S at all. Okay, like for example, the word because. You say because. So letter S is not present. So be very careful with that. Although this is a common mistake for Vietnamese speakers. Sometimes letter S sounds as SH, but most of the time they're eliminating letter S at all. Okay, but be very careful. So because, spa, relax. Okay, so be mindful of that one. Mhm. But yeah, I like going to spa as well. Now let's have Sarah. Thank you so much.
Yes. When I have free time, I like sleeping. I think it's interesting because it makes me feel relaxed, and after sleeping, when I wake up, I often feel exciting, and I spend 8 hours a day to sleep.
Okay. Yeah, everybody likes to sleep, right? But if you are doing it like on a daily routine, then that's something that you should separate as something that you like to do in your free time, right? Because you mentioned you like to sleep like 8 to 9 hours a day. So probably that includes the time that you sleep every night, which is something that you do every day. So that's part of your daily routine, right? But if you are sleeping during your free time, like taking naps, then that could be considered as something that you like to do in your free time. Okay, now this is something that I noticed. Just like Siri, you're not pronouncing letter S correctly sometimes, like the word relax. You just mentioned the word relaxed as relax. Letter S is missing. For the X sound, the relaxed. And also this one, it makes me feel relaxed. This one, yeah, this one. So it makes me feels is wrong. It makes me feel relaxed. Okay, subject and verb agreement, what we learned earlier. But yeah, thank you so much, Sarah. Now let's have Twee. Your turn.
In my free time, I like reading a book because it helps me relax.
So how often do you do the activity? How often do you read books?
I often read a book in my free time.
Okay. Like, do you do that every day? Or like, do you do that every night? So you just do it on your free time. Yes. Okay, so again, it helps me relax. Letter S as well, Twee. Thank you so much for sharing your answer. Now it's your turn, Jenny. Oh, you're on mute.
In my free time, I like watching movies and reading some news on Facebook. I like talking to my friend because it's made me relax and comfortable. And I spend about 1 or 2 hours a day.
Okay, 1 or 2 hours a day. The sentence is not complete. So you can say, I spend 1 to 2 hours a day reading a book or watching a movie. Okay, so that entire sentence is not complete. You need to add this thought as well. So or you can just say, I usually watch movies for 1 to 2 hours a day. Okay, because just by simply saying for 1 to 2 hours a day, the thought is not complete, so we need to complete the sentence. Okay, so listen to me carefully, everybody, for all of you. Okay, pronunciation of the word letter S. Most of you are not pronouncing the word because correctly. All of you said because. Letter S is missing. Do you have letter S in the Vietnamese language? Do you have letter S? The S sound?
Because
Yes. Because that probably something that, I mean, that's something, or that would be one reason why sometimes you do not pronounce the word S correctly. But again, we need to make each of the letters sound correctly. Okay, and on your end, it's letter S. Pronounce it correctly as S and not as SH. Okay. So now it's my turn. I'm going to show you my answer for this one. So when I have free time, I like to pamper myself by going to spa and having a good massage. So what makes it interesting? Because I spend a lot of time working every day. I spent more than 40 hours working a day, and going to spa and having a massage is a great way for me to feel pampered and relaxed. So I usually go to the spa. Since I'm very busy, I usually go to the spa like once every 2 months or probably once a month, if that's possible. Yeah. Okay. So that's it for today. Now, this is your homework. I'm gonna reshare my screen. Oh, no. Wait. Oops, my Zoom is frozen. Okay, don't worry. I'll be sending our homework in our group chat in Zello. Okay, I'll be sending it there, but that's something to do with your daily routine. So you need to share with us your daily routine. And also next week, since you have 2 classes with me, on our class on Tuesday, we are gonna do, wait.
daily routine.
I'm gonna show it to you. I need to show it to you. Give me 1 moment, please. Yeah, this one. Oops. Wait. Share. Okay, this one. So since you have 2 classes with me, I think it's important that we do this. Also, since there are only 5 of you in the class, probably 6, 7, then we're going to be doing this. So this is a speaking test. And in this one, I will be the examiner, and I'm going to be asking you questions about a topic. Okay, so we're going to make it shorter. So each of you are going to get 6 minutes each. So we're going to make each of the parts shorter. But you need to do your introduction, and we'll be starting the interview, wherein you will be asked about general topics, family, and free time. Those are the 2 topics that we talked about. Family and free time would be the general topic for the interview. Okay, so this is to test your ability to give full answers and give extra information on general topics with descriptions or explanation. Okay, and we're going to be doing this next week. Do you understand, everybody?
Yes.
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 Okay, great. So that's it for today. Before we go, let's take a picture. Everyone, for attendance, turn on your cameras and let's take a picture. And yeah, I want to show your face. 3, please show us your face for a while. I can only see your drops. Yeah. Okay, so Sarah, like if you can lower down your camera a little. So once again, let's say cheese, smile. Okay, thank you so much, everybody. Do you have questions? None? Okay. One thing, again, this is a speaking class, so you must be speaking, okay? You should speak. Okay, just a simple yes or no, that would help. Okay, we're gonna practice how you speak English. Cool. So thank you very much for your time and see you again next week. Have a great night. Bye-bye, everybody. Bye-bye. Thank you.
Goodbye, teacher.
Thank you so much.
Teacher.
Nice.